Hello everyone, my name is Kyoko Wafaisen, and today I will be presenting Guam as the 51st state. I'll be going into detail regarding Guam's constitution, how federalism works in Guam, and policy issues. We the people of Guam, in order to form a stable union, promote fairness, maintain safety, cater for all island authorities, defend general welfare, and acquire the rights and liberties of each citizen and future generations, do proclaim and construct the Constitution of the Island of Guam. Article 1 Citizenship. All people of Guam who were born or naturalized on the island are considered citizens. After the fifth conviction of a felony or fraud in the legalization process, citizenship will be revoked. Guam is an island that emphasizes equality, hence all citizens' rights are equal. Requirements to become a Guam citizen. To become a citizen at birth, you must have been born in the U.S. and in one of its territories or overseas territories and be subject to U.S. authority. If you were born overseas and fulfill the other qualifications, you must have a citizen parent or parents at the period of your birth. To become a citizen after birth, you must apply for citizenship through your parents, whether it is inherited or earned, and make an application for naturalization. To become a citizen through naturalization, you must be at least 18 years old, be a legal resident of the United States and have been provided an alien resident card which is permanent, own a green card for at least 5 years, or 3 years if registering as a spouse, and be of excellent moral character. Article 2 Voting. To vote, you must be a resident of Guam for at least 1 year and have performed a minimum of 5 voluntary work for the community to indicate that you are an active member of society. Voting will commence at the age of 18, and voting will be mandatory as well. Every citizen's vote counts in determining who will become the upcoming leader. Article 3. How are the leaders chosen? The island's leaders are chosen by a vote of the resident population. Since Guam values equality, anyone with a basic understanding of politics and 10 to 15 hours of community service is eligible to run for office. Elected positions include mayor, senators, chief judge, members of town council, which include secretary, treasurer, president, vice president, and public relations officer, as well as attorney general. Article 4. What basic rights do people have? Right to life, right to personal liberty, right to a fair trial, freedom from inhuman treatment, freedom from forced labor, freedom of religion, rights for freedom of speech, assembly, movement, residence, and association, rights for property, rights for health care, and rights for education. Article 5. How is the judicial system organized? The cases will be handled by a jury system and a judge on the island of Guam. Guam only has one tier of court, which is the Supreme Court. A single court will hear all matters. Every person accused of crime has the right to a fair trial under Guam's constitution. These include the right to legal counsel, the right to privacy, the right to be free of severe and excessive penalties, and the right to summon witnesses to testify in their defense. Article 6. How is the government funded? Depending on the income tax of every citizen, a certain amount of percentage will be deducted, ranging from 15% to 33%, which includes sin tax, alcohol tax 6%, tobacco tax $3 per package, vaping tax $3.50 per juice, gambling tax 7% if a person wins greater than $1,500, illegal activity which ranges from $1,000 to $25,000, gun license tax 8%, trade tax 8%, retail food and beverage sales tax 5%, business tax small 9%, general corporation 28%, and non-recyclable tax 5 cents to 10 cents. Article 7. What property rights do people have? Guam residents have the right to create a private company or a family business on their property. Guam residents can indeed buy homes if they pay their mortgages. Citizens will be able to own land, but it will have to be leased from the government. Article 8. What provisions are there for changing the Constitution? The Constitution can be changed by a majority vote of the island's residents. We can only make amendments to the Constitution, hence we cannot create a new one. The Constitution can only be changed by the mayor and members of the town council. The views of Guam's residents will be taken into account when the new Constitution is adjusted. What are the benefits of living in Guam? Healthcare, dental care, free education, equal representation, promote a clean environment, and promote sustainability. Laws to maintain a clean environment. Vandalism. Vandalism in any form is a major offense that can entail in penalties and fines. All who conduct vandalism will be required to serve in the community. Littering. First-time violators will be penalized $300 if they have been discovered throwing small articles, such as confectionery wrappers or cigarette butts. Those who have been caught tossing larger goods, such as garbage, bottles, cans, etc., must appear in court. Offenders will be obliged to serve in the community. Promoting a sustainable environment. Recycling. Each household will be issued a recycling bin. Separation of waste and recyclables are required. Throughout the island, litter and recycling containers will be installed, particularly in high-traffic areas. Grocery and retail stores. While Guam strives to be a zero-waste society, every store is mandated to use recyclable or paper bags for all products sold. Companies. Local businesses have to utilize reusable or biodegradable packaging materials, or they will be barred from doing business. Renewable energy. Wind turbines. Wind turbines will generate electricity. Solar panels. As a primary source of energy, each home should have solar panels installed. Healthcare. Guam residents are eligible for free health care provided by the government of Guam, which include Medicaid and Medicare. Guam residents will obtain $5,250,600 in health care per year due to state financing. Additionally, all inhabitants of Guam have accessibility to free and cheap medications. In addition, health insurance will pay up to $450 per year. For dental care, each individual is insured for approximately $2,000 in oral treatment each year. Education. Primary and secondary schooling is provided for free, $1 billion every year. Complimentary transportation. All educators are and must be certified. College financial aid programs. College students who reside on Guam would be eligible for an academic assistance program of up to $5,000 per student every year for the next 5 years. This grant can be utilized to pay for all full-fledged education at any of our local universities or to attend an out-of-state college. Each full-time student will receive a $350,000 weekly stipend for food, supplies, and other necessities. Veterans are eligible for up to $40,000 in free college education. Crimes. Alcohol will not be supplied between the hours of 2 a.m. and 12 p.m. Minors under the age of 18 must adhere to the curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Working minors are exempted but must be home after shift. All firearm owners must obtain a permit and will only use their firearms for self-defense. Any illegal activity will result in a $5,000 to $15,000 penalty. The Guam government will fund surveillance equipment in every street. Weekend checkpoints from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. Functioning streetlights on all streets will be provided. Notify your neighbors and communicate with law enforcement to keep an eye out. Remind individuals of the laws. Those who break the law will be sentenced to Guam prison. Every stoplight has a traffic camera. Anyone who breaks this rule will be penalized. Trade. Guam will trade with countries that possess reduced technologies, oil, machinery, vehicles, iron, metal, petroleum, and copper. Rules and regulations. All commercial shipping firms will be referred to the authorities for further examination. All fraudulent shipping lines will cease operations in Guam. To guarantee purchasing and selling securities, all businesses must have a securities trader representative certification, and countries must export correct documentation and have learned about all packaging and export laws before trading with Guam for the first time. Military. They are only authorized to develop their base and headquarters on 1,500 square miles of land in Guam, will be able to defend our island in the event of an invasion or unrest, will be able to aid the state in the event of a disaster, will be ready to guard and defend at any time. Inside the military post, all military families are provided with free housing and benefits, are to protect and not damage Guam's residents, will be in circulation during any economic downturn. After the third warning, military personnel who break the island's laws will be ordered to leave Guam, and military personnel can utilize their Guam citizen card to bring in trusted citizens. Immigration. Everyone is welcome on the island. A tourist visa must be obtained prior to traveling, and a proper investigation is required. To petition for citizenship, a person must have held a blue card or permanent resident card for at least 5 years or at least 3 years if applying as a spouse of a Guam citizen. All tourists must adhere to state rules and regulations, as any who do not will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and deported back to their own country. All incoming travelers must be tested for COVID-19 upon arrival using our government-provided rapid result testing kits, and all contract workers are permitted to stay for the term of their employment agreement. Those who breach this legislation will be deported and will not be allowed to return to Guam. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you enjoyed learning and understanding about Guam.